My friends, I hope you're doing fantastic. I'm excited, maybe more than you, but I hope you catch the excitement. And whether that's during the week, in the evening, in the morning, during the weekend, you can use this to your advantage. You use this inspiration to make your life better. You use this motivation to shine, to inspire, to be a better human being. Because you, yes, you, you have a mission. You have a mission to use your gifts, use your strength. Yes, you have to work on your weaknesses. I try, but you have to double down on your strength. Maybe it's not to be in front of the camera. Maybe it's just sharing, you know, a nice barbecue with friends, and do this very often. You improving the community. Maybe you, people don't pay you for your knowledge and your expertise, but you're important. And this is sometimes difficult because we forget it in the weekly hustle, daily grind, monthly rat race, yearly being buried under the mountains. And I want you, because we are in the second half of the year. Maybe you listen to this in 1 month, maybe in 1 year, maybe in 10 years, it speaks to you. Or maybe you listen to it actually tomorrow or the day I publish this in different formats. But you can finish the year strong. I want to remind you, you are important. It's not any ego stuff. It's about your mission. It's about maybe you're a smart math guy or maybe psychology gal, or you love to share health stuff just like I do sometimes. Different tools, but you're important. The next 15 years is going to be decisive because AI, I spent a lot of my time on the tech side. The next 15 years, AI is going to take over virtual avatars. So if you want to build your business brand or your virtual brand or personal brand, whatever you call it, the time is now. And maybe you will never be famous. I don't count on that. What I count on is that I improve my life and that I touch people's hearts. And yes, I have a little card in my wallet which has, influence, 100 million people by 2050. So I have long to go, a lot to go. But it doesn't matter. It's my mission. Whether I achieve it or not, it's irrelevant. But I want to make a difference, and so should you. Today's topic is about how not to be fooled by randomness and how to use actually randomness to your advantage. It's very interesting. I have read a book from Nassim Taleb, and he was a Wall Street analyst, if I'm not mistaken. And I just read the first one now when I was traveling, and really inspired me to make sure that I look at my life with holistic view and with less certainty. I think we are too certain sometimes about things. And if I look at my career, it was more than uncertain how things gonna unfold, and it's still uncertain. Yes, there is more certainty as I get older because I already know a little bit more than 20 years ago. That has an advantage. I have built certain groups. I'm surrounding myself with people who are smarter than me. So somehow I can't count on these things and these variables to help me to get faster to where I want to go. But there are still a lot of uncertainty. So before we go any further and before we dive into this topic, I just want to remind you, just like I'm going to do now, drink more water. Please drink more water. Sorry for my slurping, but it is important to drink water. I try to, get a water. This is some Hush Gay, but they're the brand, I think. Anyways, maybe you can read it better than me. But get a bottle, 1 liter. Funny enough, I ordered for my spouse a 2 liter one, a huge gallon thing, and she just almost smacked me with that in my head and said, "Are you crazy? Why? Everybody's gonna laugh, and she's quite a small, tiny lady." So I totally saw that how she's dragging it to work. So, anyways, get a water bottle or water bottle and make sure that you take care of yourself. The second thing I want to give you guys before, and again, things might be very random in our lives, but how can we make them more random? How do you think? It's to be more organized. It's having a planner, which I have here as well. It's the high performance planner, which I use for my private projects, but I have online planner. There is other tools like the 5-minute journal. You can use notes in OneNote, in Microsoft, and different type of things, which I use as well. But to be more organized, it starts in every area of your life. I'm a big advocate of being, having your home tidy. I know my partner laughs at me because she says sometimes that I have this obsessive disorder, a cleaning disorder. So OCD, I think if you call it. I love things being spotless, no crap lying around, everything looking tidy. And when I saw the series from Marie Kondo, maybe you know Marie Kondo, she's the Japanese, super nice lady, always polite, going to the house, prays, bows, thanks the house, thanks the things, but she helps people to get tidy. And I've seen some of these series and I had to laugh for myself because I know I was a very messy person, but sometimes really blown away how much stuff people have. And when I was moving to my partner probably 8 years ago, living in Netherlands, and I moved with one carry-on, and my partner Katie, she was like, "Are you serious? Is that all?" But I have to tell you, more minimalistic life, more older I get, more minimalistic stuff I cling to. Maybe it's because how I was brought up. I never was caring so much about fashion and having too much stuff. I always was more towards saving and making sure that I can manage over a period of time. So my sister usually ate all her sweets and I still have them for 1-2 years. That's probably not a good thing either. Anyways, Marie Kondo, really how I got inspired and how I started taking care of my closet. And I just want to show you a pair of socks, really funny and colorful. But what I do with this, and what I really like Marie Kondo, how she does, I started folding my underwear and socks exactly as she was doing. So basically line it up and then you roll it so it's kind of equal into a little, so you basically take it like this and then roll it, right? Roll it in a little roll. And what I really like about this is that it's very organized, and then she puts it like next to each other in the closet, right? But it reminded me, dawned on me that sometimes in our lives, and clothes is a big part of our lives. How we dress, how we take care of ourselves. I hope you like my Miami shirt. I bought it in Spain. If you want to know the brand, let me know. But it's really important because we can take that thing into other parts of our lives. How we take care of ourselves, are we happy? Are we, is our dishes organized? I hope you are not that person who leaves the dirty dish the whole day in your sink or in your dishwasher. Please, please, please clean every evening the dish. It's up to you, but I can tell you, more cleaner your home is, your documents, everything in your head will start to be cleaner. And that's where we want to get to the topic later, fooled by randomness. Many people cling to perfection, and it seems like perfection, but it's different. You're creating freedom when you know that things are organized, that you don't have a messy desk, that you're recording something. There is nice environment around you. Some you see. I have quite some plants, some alcohol for the good days when there is a party. Maybe once a month we have indulge ourselves a little bit in glass or two, but it's really important to set out the environment correctly. That also brings me to this part, this little bad boy, the collagen from Great Lakes. I listened in the past, now not so much anymore, to Tim Ferriss, and he recommends often very good products. And this one actually, I usually don't endorse products, but this I endorse because I've used it myself a long time. It's good for your gut. There's some good protein. I think 12 grams of protein for 2 scoops. Amazing. I recommend it even to my family and that had some skin problems or some gut problems. or bone problems, joint problems, and it stopped hurting. So I would encourage you really to invest in some type of like this one, collagen from Great Lakes. It's quite expensive, but it's about half kilo of good, powder. You can dissolve it really nicely. It doesn't have a taste. Put it in the water. It dissolves nicely. A lot of problems with proteins. I used them a lot of powders in the past. Is that they don't dissolve. So make sure you take care of these things. And when you do that, you feel well. You're organized. That's where we can get into this. You want guys in your life. I always thought that I have stuff figured just because, there was nobody for me. I moved from a farm. And when I read this book from Nassim Taleb, I realized that so many people are so certain, especially in, the stock market. And he talks a lot about, gives really brilliant examples. It's quite tough to read, but I have to tell you, the feeling that I had that I took from this is that many times in our lives, we just forget that things don't go as we plan. The jobs we get, the partners we get. When I think how I met my partner through Instagram and through dating apps, and then it's 1 to million, right? And the same with your career, where you live. Yes, you can decide to move to a new country, but the job you get, there is probably 1 to 250 chance that you will get the job. That's why you need to network, know the people at the company to increase the odds. That's why you got to be lovable. Be lovable. Guys, this is the secret weapon to manage everything from organization. If you enjoy the stuff, if you have fun, when random stuff happens, again, I would encourage you because, we don't have now too much time to go into this, but there's a lot of good, science in believing and kind of using randomness to your advantage, that things that are happening in an industry, just like now, right? In automotive, there are huge layoffs. Companies not growing. Companies actually getting rid of people, and many people panic, just like Warren Buffett says, right? Wall Street is the best example where everybody starts selling. When things doesn't go, the way they should go. And I'm butchering the quote now. You probably get it. It's really about being internal optimist, and using everything to advantage. And the other day, I gave quite a cool and inspiring workshop about growth, grip, and grit. And there was a gentleman who asked, "Hey, can you tell me, you put here this word unstoppable. How, these things make you unstoppable?" And I thought about it a little bit. I thought, I don't think I have the answer. But then I realized, if you want to be unstoppable, you have to be a learner. You have to be somebody who improves, who has this mindset that nothing can stop you. And that's what I would say makes you unstoppable. Belief system, growth mindset, the fact that you always learn something new, the fact that you are able to manage your emotions, that your mood is dictated by obviously your emotions. Sometimes you cannot influence them, but also, the belief system you choose, the people you surround yourself with. And that's the same with the randomness, right? In our lives, whether that's, like the stock now, I see, right? I invest and I see everybody panicking and complaining that they cannot withdraw money when it's dropping. I'm like, well, if you're a growth investor, I understand. But if you're maybe more value investor like Warren Buffett, you invest in the long term, right? And you wait it out. And that's what I'm focused on in my life as well. The 10 years down the line. I don't say I don't panic. I did it the other time with Ethereum. I think I bought it for 10,000, and then I panicked and I sold it and I lost, I think, 1.5. Stupid. But on the other hand, I learned for next time, and I know, okay, well, now could do the same, but I'm waiting. I know that it will shoot. Maybe I will lose everything, but in the end, you have to make, right? What I'm doing here, I try to teach you to fish, not to come to me for a fish, right? And that's what my dad tried to do with my life. He tried to teach me to be independent, and he succeeded. The way he did it sometimes was hard, a lot of punishment and chores around the house, but make sure you're strong. So again, don't get fooled by randomness. Use it to your advantage. Read this book, and until the next time, guys, be strong, be legend.